Are you a down on his luck chemistry teacher just diagnosed with radiation poisoning and needing to make some quick money to leave your family after you pass? Well, I'm not. Sucks to be you though. But let's build a chem empire in Fallout 4. This is Hank Hindenburg, and he has stumbled onto a DEA raid. It's not gone too well for the drug manufacturers, but it gave him a business idea. Wait, is that? It just so happens that he ran into Kate, his old student, and together they can start their chem empire.
Ready.
About time I got out of this place. Let's go.
Now this right here is a chemistry station. We can use this to make all sorts of chems, but before we do that, we'll take off our clothes. The reason is, we don't want the smell to get on our clothes. Also, Kate likes it. One of our neighbors here in Sanctuary Hills was actually in the business of happiness, and we might just be able to use that to our advantage.
Don't have any bobby pins.
If we manage to get into his safe. It just so happens this lady right here, Trashcan Carla, happens to have a bag of fertilizer, bobby pins, and is in the market for some jet. Another strategy for Hank is actually to go to places where there's raiders, because there's always going to be chems there. This guy was definitely high on something.
There's something coming, and it's angry.
Now Hank is a very perceptive guy, but it really doesn't take that much perception to know that this is a potential customer.
Look, kid, I'm tired now. Maybe you'll bring me some chems later.
Yep, definitely a customer. Now those people we met wanted to settle down here in Sanctuary Hills, and we're okay with that actually. You know what they say, keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and your customers closest. However, we don't want them to have access to this, and now we have bobby pins. So we're gonna take it for ourselves. And sadly, we didn't find what we were expecting. Enough talking, Mama Murphy. If you want the chems, you're gonna have to work for them. Now she's asked us for some jet. Now, back at the chemistry station, I actually remembered my wife died, so it won't matter if the smell gets on our clothes, because there's nobody to smell it. Also, we can sell the wedding ring. But when we try to make jet, we realize we don't have the plastic we need. However, now we have the local leader perk, and this will allow us to send this poor fella to Red Rocket, and he'll create a supply line, making all the supplies that we have here available over there. We also place some of these Brahmin feeders. They're not bathtubs, this is a serious operation, please. These are Brahmin feeders. And hopefully Brahmin will come and leave some fertilizer for us. And now we officially have plastic, though we don't have a whole lot. But we were able to make 2 jet. And now, with that jet, we can finally help Mama Murphy and get a new customer.
Here, 1 hit of jet.
It just so happened we realized our operation is way too small and we're not making all that much money from it, when we run into this man, Wolfgang. Now he happens to be a chem dealer, and also he's friends with Trashcan Carl over here. She's always there. But he's got a problem with a customer that won't pay. And well, we know how to solve these problems.
I'll kill all you chem pushers.
Sadly though, that meant killing a potential customer as well.
You got needs, I got product.
Well, my needs are to sell you product. We can now sell jet, and buff out, and mentats, and psycho that we picked up, to Wolfgang. We still only made 78 caps from that, so we'll need to think of a new strategy. But for the time being, it'll do. We got someone to work with. We were on our way to a place called Good Neighbor that Kate suggested, where Hank could possibly find both a supplier for the ingredients and a buyer for the final product. But he ran into these impeccably dressed gentlemen. Show off your outfit here, man. Well, he's trying. And he just decided he had to say hello, because they're dressed just like him. However, they didn't seem to like him, and so they started shooting at him, and he, you know how it is, he had to shoot back. Now this here is Nick Valentine. He is a detective, and he's been looking into something that's been happening lately in town. This much more powerful, much purer version of jet has shown up, and as flattering as it is to hear that, Hank did not think it was a good idea to tell him that he's the one who's been manufacturing it. But just like he said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, and your customers closest. He falls in the category of enemies, but for the time being we'll keep him close. From the sound of it, Valentine was kidnapped by this Skinny Malone person. He was the one that possibly could have been manufacturing this new version of Jet, but apparently he's not. That still tells us one thing though. This Skinny Malone is competition, and we don't want competition. See, you got one thing wrong, Malone. This is not Jet. We almost didn't live to tell the tale, but we did, and we got an amazing outfit from this. Beautiful. Now this Valentine guy just will not stop pestering us. He thinks we have information on this Jet. He can tell that we have something to do with it, but hopefully he doesn't suspect us just yet. For the time being, we'll have to keep a close eye on him. But we'll let him go for now. Once again, I know a customer when I see one.
Coming up to my office later. You've earned yourself some Jet.
I knew it.
Work.
Being available to the customers is work. It's not all about cooking chems, Claire.
Sounds like we found who we were looking for.
Oh man, someone new. You need some Jet, man? Homebrewed, reasonable prices?
Now we don't actually have any Jet to sell him, but we did hear he's supposed to be down here and he isn't. Their lab setup is definitely amateurish, but we can do business with these people. Now our sale prices are not amazing just yet. We gotta work on our charisma a little bit.
What's the matter, handsome? Don't tell me you didn't like the song.
I was wondering if we could get to know each other better.
Oh, really? Go on.
You, me, an evening walk under the streetlights.
And then what?
Music.
I knew you were something special, all right. Let me get my coat.
We kinda stumbled onto a date with this Magnolia
I haven't
person.
been out on the town in too long. Thank you.
Oh, Kate was waiting for us just outside. And just as we come out of the room with Magnolia, we run into a familiar face.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
What? No, it can't. It's you. From Sanctuary Hills, right?
Hey, you know, you could head back to Sanctuary.
Okay, I'll head over there right now.
If this ghoul ends up living anywhere near me, I'm moving out.
Racism aside, we've hired a salesman for our business. Now we were on a scavenging run when we ran across this man Theodore Collins and his canned meat business. Now there's clearly something really weird going on here. People are getting sick. But that's not our concern right now. But the person he was talking to gave me an idea. Working with vault dwellers could be a good business plan. And we run across this poor fella. Another potential customer gone. That's very sad. And with these two things we just found, we'll actually be able to get better prices with vendors, which is going to be very useful for our suppliers and our buyers. Scouting for potential customers. We also saw an interesting marker on our Pip-Boy, indicating a vault nearby. Potential customers once more. Exploring the vault, however, we realized the gold mine that we've walked into. This place is full of chems.
It's just you, baby. It's just you, baby. It's just you.
Hey, that's that woman we went out with. And now, with all the chems that we picked up from there, we can actually make new and exciting combinations, such as Psycho Buff and Psycho Jet. Our customers are gonna love these. And I haven't introduced him yet, but this right here is our guard dog for the lab. Working hard or hardly working, eh, John Long? Sorry, I don't like that guy. Talking to Fred again, we can actually sell him some of our new stash and make some money off of him, but we actually noticed that he doesn't have enough money. And we're not about to do it for free. We'll need to find some new buyers.
Now remember, moderation.
And so the process continued. Scavenge, cook, sell, repeat. Over and over. Selling to anyone who would buy. And in this wasteland, lots of people are willing to buy. And trust me, it was really worth it. Oh, this place is perfect. You see, we've been looking for somewhere to expand our operation. And if this is the guy that takes care of this place, this is just the place to do it. We had to get rid of the existing residents, but this wasn't too difficult. We hired a provisioner, just like we had between Sanctuary and Red Rocket, to supply the place. Eventually, with just a little bit of persuasion, we were able to get these people to work for us. And we just so happened to stumble onto a chem deal. And guess what? We'll just keep the chems for ourselves.
Nothing personal, but I can't leave any witnesses.
Wait! I can tell you how to find Morowski's chem lab! You can get his whole stash!
Well, now I'm interested. After interrogating Trish, she gave us information on where to find Morowski's chem lab, which we can raid and keep for ourselves. Not only that, but she also gave us the password. There's some workers we'll need to take care of, but this won't be too difficult. We'll be taking these as well. We'll be using them for our lab. We have to say though, Morowski's lab was disappointing. Another amateurish operation, and not that many supplies or product to take. But we've taken out one more competitor. That's always a win in my book. Now, we didn't know this at the time, but the whole time we were following Morowski's trail to find his lab, someone was following us. And coming out of the lab, we finally spotted him. It's Valentine, that detective again. Lucky for us, he hasn't figured out what's going on just yet. He seems to think that we were also investigating this new chem that came into town, and so he's asked us to join him in investigating together. We came here to raid the house of one Mr. Kellogg, who apparently is involved in the jet trade. Now, Valentine had the brilliant idea of calling on a dog to get him to follow the scent of the chems back to the lab that produced them, and it just so happens to be the guard dog for our lab. This could be a problem, but hopefully he won't find them. We need to do this though. We can't blow our cover just yet.
Dog meat. Get the scent, boy.
This is definitely a problem. He immediately started running. He has something. I just hope he doesn't lead us back to the lab. And indeed, he's brought us here.
Now that's good stuff.
And Kate helped us confirm what's going on. Now we just gotta make sure he doesn't realize that we're involved with this place. Sure enough, one look at that terminal and he'll figure out exactly what's going on, exactly who we are. There's only one thing we can do.
They're here somewhere.
It's him or us. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Hank. And so he made his way here, to the one that used to be his home, with his family, to the place where it all started. He barely made his way to his son's room, reflecting on everything that happened. But the injuries, they were too much for him. This is Hank Hindenburg. Hindenburg? This is Hank Hindenburg. God damn it, where's dog meat? Now where the fuck is the damn dog? Where is he going? Dog meat. dog meat. You stupid fucking mutt.